Hi church, I'm Alastair and I'm a third-year student studying in Singapore Polytechnic. Today I'm going to share with you how God and Heart of God Church have changed my life. I come from an average Singaporean family. When I was younger, I was a simple boy. As long as I had 3 meals each day, I was happy. However, I was also very mischievous. I spent a lot of time playing pranks on security guards, getting into fights and roaming the streets of Singapore. There was once, my friends and I played with fire at the stairwell of Junction 8. The fire became so big that the entire place was covered with soup. Looking back, all we wanted to do was just to have fun. I spent most of my time with them and never really studied. Not surprisingly, I was not doing well in school. Because of my bad results, my parents were always worried about me. One of my relatives even said I would never make it into Polytechnic. I was very scared and didn't have confidence to do well. For my PSLE, I scored 186. This landed me into the Normal Academic stream in Kuo Chuan Pres Secondary School. During chapel period in Secondary 1, out of curiosity, I asked one of my Christian friends if he could bring me to church. He was shocked when I asked him, but he agreed and I came to Heart of God Church for the first time in my life in August 2006. So I found the people in church very sincere. In particular, my leader, Daniel, amazed me. I told Daniel that I wanted to learn the guitar and he really took me seriously. Despite being busy serving NS, Daniel made time to teach me to play the guitar. He was very patient and taught me everything from scratch. As we hung out more, Daniel talked to me about my studies and dreams. I will never forget one principle he shared with me. He said, if we wanted to do things for God, we had to be at our very best. Developing our minds through our studies is one of the ways of getting there. I could feel that my leader really wanted the best for me. After coming back for half a year, I began wanting to know more about God and His destiny for me. Many times, Pastor preached about God having a calling for each and every single one of us. We may be young, but we can be successful for God. I was in church for about 9 months when Pastor Tan shared with me that she wanted to put me onto the worship team. I was so happy. The people in church really believed in me. I became more confident about myself and my attitude towards life changed. My grades also slowly improved. Then, in July 2007, I attended my first Academic Excellence service. Pastor Tan talked about how academic excellence and spirituality are synonymous, that we can do both well in school and in church. Pastors always emphasize on the importance of planning our time. Once, they even met us to show us how to plan our weekly schedules. As I learned this in church, I applied it into my own life. Even today, during my exam period, I come up with elaborate 1-month study plans. This includes all the nitty-gritty things I have to accomplish every night to prepare myself for the exams. I follow it so closely that even 3 days before my exams, I will be ready to sit for it. In church, we also have 20-hour study rule. Students are only allowed to attend services after we study for more than 20 hours. I took this very seriously. And for the first time in my life, I sat down 3 hours straight, studying and doing my homework. I became more disciplined and my grade improved. At the end of Secondary 2, God moved. I taught my cohort in the Normal Academic stream and was one of the 6 students to be promoted to Secondary 3 Express stream. My principal also saw the change in me and he complimented me in my report book. I was very happy and my parents were overjoyed. God indeed was a faithful God. In Secondary 3 and 4, I continued studying very hard. I even received several EduSave awards for the improvement in my results. My parents realized that I was now different and trusted me more. I wanted to continue giving my best to God. I had a dream of doing well both in church and in school, for God and my parents. so I put in even more time and effort into studying. And I finally received my O-level results in January 2010. My dream came to pass. I made it to the engineering in Singapore Polytechnic, a course I always wanted. In Academic Excellence 2008, Pastor Tan Seow preached about how geniuses are birthed forth from the way they think and learn. It is not just about getting the right answer, it's about being curious and asking the right questions. So I learned to be bolder in class and started to ask questions. In fact, each day on my way to school, I go through my readings and prepare a set of questions to clarify with my teacher. This makes studying much easier. With a clearer understanding, I can think quicker and I can analyze faster during exams. As I applied academic excellence into my life, God was bringing me one step closer to my dreams. In March 2011, during my first year in Polytechnic, I obtained a perfect GPA of 4 out of 4. While I thought that was good enough, God was not done. In my second year, I was on the director's honor roll as the top 5% of the cohort. And now I'm chosen out of 1,000 students to work on a classified final year project for the Defence Science Technology Agency Singapore, in short DSTA. It is also a statutory board responsible for national defence. Above that, I recently also received a bursary that paid for my school fees this year. With my current GPA of 3.86, I'm on my way to a scholarship in university. 6 years ago, I was an aimless, demotivated boy without any confidence in myself. I hung out with the bad company all the time and did terribly in my school. I might not have even made it to Polytechnic, but today I'm living my best life, achieving all this because God, Heart of God Church, and pastors have changed me. Besides being a full-time student excelling in my studies, I'm also a leader in church. Truly, we can do both well in church and in school. Today I want to thank Pastor Hao and Pastor Leah for having education as one of our core values, so that we are constantly focused on academic excellence. Thank you Daniel, Charleston, and Roy, my leaders, for constantly inspiring me and changing me. Friends, if you are in the same situation as I was years ago, know that things can be better for you. Even if no one believes in you, God does. He can surely turn your life around too. Thank you.
I want to sing a full powerful testimony.